it's pretty good.
You don't have screen here.
On this.
I don't know, but it's a mess.
Okay. Really now, okay?
Yes, sir. How are you? How? Sorry? Yeah. Have to be. Eunice? Okay. So I'm going to prepare. That's a mess here. No, precisely. No, I do it as such.
Huh?
It's on purpose. It's to be able to see.
Okay, I need just to introduce first. I need just to go ahead with the. Then, whatever you want, we'll just do it as you want, okay?
I'm the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Yes. I met him, yes.
Yeah. I know. He's the what? Marketing.
تست.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Yeah, this one, last one. Can I check? And this will open here?
No.
Only then.
One, two, three, test, check. One, two, three, test, check. One, two, three, test, check. One, two, three, test,
بسم الله
check.
الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. هذا شو وضعه يا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. اوكي بس امس في مشكلة. هو نفس المال؟ عدادات ايش تقصد؟ عدادات المايك نفسه داخل. في واحد في اثنين نفس الو 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 واحد الو 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 الحين تمام.
One, two, three, test, check. One, two, three, test, check. One, two, three, test, check. Test.
Can I see the pointer? just want to know. Maybe the guy who's presenting is number one. He has it. Oh, yeah. This one? Mm-hmm.
1 2 3 test check. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. 1 2 3 test check. 1 2 3 test check. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. 1 2 3 test check. Test check.
Presentation mode. هذا جاك متى؟
هذا جاني اليوم.
اي هذا هو. هذا هو اللي عدلنا فيه امس.
عدلتوا فيه؟
اي هذا هو مضبوط. هذا
مثلا اذا ضاع خلاص ننسى.
الو الو الو، صوت واضح. الو الو.
1 2 3 تيست تشيك تيست.
طيب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. انتظر بس الشباب يدخلوا. to let them in. ايوه خلاص اوكي. طيب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Ladies and gentlemen, our valuable guest, welcome to day 2 of Saudi Procurement Conference 2022, which is being held for the first time in Riyadh, bringing professional and experts from around the world with diverse fields to present the latest innovation and technology, discuss the industry challenges, introduce new solutions, and generate business opportunity between all participants. Before we get started, and on behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to express my appreciation to all of our sponsors and speakers who help us make this event come together to become a success. Our first item in the agenda is a presentation from Mr. Bernard, who is president at Europe Institute of Purchasing Management, EIBM, talking about the new normality. Let us welcome Mr. Bernard.
Assalamu alaikum. It's a pleasure and honor to be with you this morning. The room is a bit empty. I hope we're going to attract more people. So should we wait a minute? No, we start. In 2 words, you have 2 words to define your job. How do you qualify your job? You're working in purchasing, procurement. What do you say? You have a date. You say, my role is in purchasing, or procurement. Nobody knows what is about procurement. So how would you define your role? What you're doing? In 2 words. In 2 words. Sorry? So in 2 words, somebody ask you, what is about your job? Very simple. You supporting the business. Nothing else. You supporting the business. Meaning that your role is to help the business to sell more or to sell at a better value. Okay? So after you can speak about savings, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But your first role is to provide the right material for being capable to sell it and to make money on. Okay? So your role is to support business. And I think it's pretty important just to think about that. Sorry, I come back. It's quite important to think about your role because it helps you and it helps us to understand what are the competencies we need. Okay? So the point is today, in this new normality, we need the right people, the best quality for the best organization to support the strategies. Okay? So now, very, very quickly, we're a school. We are over 30 years. And it's important just to think about 30 years, because 30 years ago, we were working on procurement and purchasing. We train around 5,000 people per year. We're based nearby Geneva, and we work in 7 different languages around the world. Three main pillars. The first pillar is research, and we have one think tank on research, EIPM Peter Krajcik think tank, helping companies to work together. We have certification programs, and we have in-company programs, and we have been developing an e-library of over 130 e-modules in 6 different languages. So we are a school, not consulting, school. And what's important, we have a global footprint, and we work with large global companies from around the world. We work on a book, we publish this book, and it's, I'm going to speak about this book, or what I'm going to speak about is basically written in this book, which is on Amazon, by the way. So what is changing? Everybody says, and since yesterday we saw that, everybody says that's the worst crisis we've ever had. Okay? Worst crisis, inflation, raw material crisis, energy crisis, and so on and so forth. Just by the way, 73, nobody remember because very few of you was born at that time. I speak about 1973. 1973, big crisis on raw material, big crisis on energy, and an inflation around 15%. Okay, not 6%, 15, 18%. 76, I've been participating to the creation of a first master in procurement. The link between a crisis and development and purchasing was evident at that time. And we were not working on how to negotiate with suppliers. You did not get suppliers, you didn't get supply. But it was how to reduce the consumption of raw material, how to design differently. So just to say, well, we have a crisis, but it's not the only thing. Do we think that procurement is becoming strategic today? Who is thinking that procurement is becoming strategic? You're a bit shy this morning. I'm sorry to say no. No. Purchasing procurement is not becoming. Purchasing procurement has always been strategic. And the proof that in 76 we were creating the first master in procurement. The point is today you have much more people who are aware about procurement, much more people who are interested by purchasing. But basically we're doing, and we're using more or less the same practices. So what has been changing? We're working much more, we have to be agile. We speak about digitalization, blockchain, artificial intelligence, globalization, increased just in time, less suppliers, and all that has been creating a new environment, okay? And what's important is basically what we know today, we knew except when we speak about digitalization, we did not get, blockchain we did not get, artificial intelligence we did not get at the time, but globalization and so on and so forth was starting. So basically, we have to grow, we need innovation, and we have to bring profit in the company, and how to take these risks with this post-pandemic and wars in which we are living. And this environment has been changing during these last years. So what's a new role of purchasing is somehow to explore unmet needs. I'm not speaking about savings here. I'm speaking about supporting business. Okay? And your business has some unmet needs. We don't know how to do it. And we have to explore, due to that, as we don't know how to do it, we have to explore external opportunities. So involving suppliers in innovations to bring this commercial and financial performance. Okay? So the result is really supporting the business by working with suppliers. So the point is today, if I take this example of innovation, we work with our suppliers. Okay? We know our suppliers and we try to develop innovation with these suppliers. In fact, what we have been realizing through the research is we're going to work more and more with second-tier and first-tier suppliers. We're going to work much more with startups and new players, and we're going to work much more with NGO and university for developing these innovations. Basically, what we say here is we used to work with some suppliers, which are our first-tier supplier, but the world is changing, and we have to work with the supplier of supplier. We have to work with startups and so on and so forth. Do we know these guys? No. How are you going to work with a startup? Are you working with big companies? No. A startup is a company who's just starting, no references, no bank, no money, no organization, nothing. Are you going to accept these guys? If you use exactly the same criteria for selecting a supplier? No. So we have to think differently with suppliers. And we have to think differently if we want to work on this innovation. So basically, when we speak about adaptability in this changing world, is first, post-pandemic and crisis world, new ways of working remotely. We have new relation with suppliers. We're not visiting any more suppliers. We visit with camera and with glasses just for them to visit for us. Travel limitations, limited supply. We're seeing same crisis. So this is the first constraint. The second constraint is, we spoke yesterday a lot about that, so I'm not going to focus more, but technology evolution, international relation. We are in a crisis today, and we don't exactly know where we're going. So we speak about Ukraine and Russia, with China, Taiwan, US, post-Brexit, today Brazil. So the world is a bit strange. And the last point is sourcing globally by region. Okay, we realized with the crisis, COVID crisis, that everybody was depending too much about China. So everybody has been developing new program, but resourcing by region. So resourcing globally, but for each region. So it's a new way of making and new way for the purchasing procurement people to have a new role in terms of strategies. So how to define key competence? We saw this world is changing. We're going to use, we have to be much more agile. We're going to work with this, in this new environment with new technology. So what is changing and how should we work? I'm not going to give you a course on Peter Krajcik matrix. You know that, everybody know. The point is quite interesting is, you know, routine, you have a lot of suppliers, we're buying few, and we have leverage, you have a lot of suppliers, you're buying a lot. Strategic, we have few suppliers, it's pretty strategic because it's buying a lot or quite critical, bottleneck, a few suppliers and buying few. What's interesting is when we look on, sorry. When we look on routine, the point is we have to be excellent in process, okay, and outsourcing. When we look on leverage, we have to be good on competition, consolidation, negotiation. When we work on SRM and on strategic, we work on SRM. By the way, SRM, if you want a very simple definition, SRM is to be the preferred client of your supplier. Okay, to be the preferred client of your supplier. How to be the preferred client of your supplier. Stakeholder relationship management, limit design risk, and this is about relation. I show you that because you know that this quadrant can move. We're here, tomorrow we may be here because the market may be changing. Today we have a lot of suppliers, so we're here. I don't know, from using a lot of merger and acquisition, you may have very few suppliers and your category may be here, okay? I'm buying steel. Today I have a lot of suppliers, I'm here, but due to market restructuration, you have much less suppliers and you're still buying steel, but you're here. We agree on that? So what I mean here, it's in fact, when we recruit people for what they're buying. I'm buying steel, I'm buying plastic, whatsoever. And the idea is we should recruit people in function of the leverage, in function of the quadrant in which we are. So here, the routine, we need professional on process. Here, we need professional in terms of competency negotiation. Here in strategy, market profile with behavioral empathy, technical profile with behavioral empathy, and here market profile with behavioral empathy. So what I'm here, don't try to recruit people for what they buy in terms of product, but for the place we are, in which quadrant we are. Because we can buy plastic, we can buy steel, but they are a strategic buyer or they are a leverage buyer. Okay? So this is the first point. The second point which is important is today, as ever, we need this standard technical competence. And cost, finance, market understanding, blah, 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 blah. And this can be done by robot. Selection of supplier. Everybody yesterday said, this is technical, we can do it by robot. What we have been adding here is some additional and specific behavior. And when we start speaking about behavior, we speak about people, okay? Relation. And the soft and robot can select, can do your job, but they're not going to improve the relation. So the behavior is becoming the key, meaning business acumen, entrepreneurship, leadership, communication. And we have to add this one. And yesterday I did not hear so much about this one: agility, trust, humility. A lot of buyers don't know how to write humility. Humility is to be humble vis-à-vis suppliers, okay, and ethic. So these are some new behavior we have to have. And post-crisis means that we have the same, but we realize that we have to add again design thinking, supply chain, just because people realize that supply is becoming more important, digital mindset, workflow management, we spoke a lot yesterday, functional spec and design to cost. Coming back to design to cost, we have to consume less product, not negotiating on price, but redesigning the product with consuming less. So these are the new competencies. And based on that, we may say we move from T-shape, P-shape, com-shape. Meaning T-shape, meaning I'm a buyer, I'm buying marketing, so I need a competence. This is my specialty. I need a competence in purchasing, but I need a competence in marketing. Buying marketing doesn't exist anymore. It has been, I'm buying a website and I'm buying communication. So I still need my competency in purchasing, but I need two specialty. And today, I'm buying a website, I'm buying communication, I'm buying influencer. So what it means here, you still have your competence flat on purchasing, procurement, this is saying, but more and more you have to be a specialist in very focused techniques, okay? Buying a service is very technical, okay? Don't think I'm going to buy because I'm a buyer. No, you need to be a technical person. So you need more technical elements so moving from the T-shape to the com-shape. And more and more we need this wording, values for value. Yesterday I saw some people say, purchasing create value. Be humble, you're not creating value. You contribute to value creation. Sales are creating value too. R&D are creating value. So you're not creating value, please. I mean, if you say I'm creating value, what the other are going to say? Bullshit. I mean, you're not creating value. You work with us to create value together, okay? So values for value means that if you don't have any values, you're not going to contribute to your supplier to create the value, okay? So just how to map competence. We have the very important point is to have a tool to map competence, and the idea is here to see in function of your knowledge and know-how what are the best competence. So I'm going to skip this one. And based on the gap, you're going to define some roadmap. But what's interesting is when you go for training, don't try to use exactly the same training for everybody. I mean, when you have a buyer's global buyer account, you can do it internally because you have a lot of people, and you have to bring this culture. More you go in the top of a pyramid, more you have to bring these people aware about benchmarks and knowing what the other ones are doing, okay? And we have to do the same with your organization. You have to be sure that your organization is the best one. So you have to compare, you have to benchmark your organization. And to do that, we have tools. We have first, you go for assessing your organization compared to the other one. That's what we call certification. But you can also do for Peter Kalajic Awards. And you're going to be awarded in function of what is on the market. Just to, and this certification. Just to conclude, you were this, the green giant, okay? You have also to be a Peter Pan. So how to mix at the same time agility and being big on the market. So what I think it's, and this is very important, into the ecosystem, you have to organize and lead stakeholder buying center to define needs, okay? Stakeholder buying center, meaning that you have to work with all your stakeholders to define the needs, okay? Not expecting they arrive with the needs, okay? You have to lead that. If not, you just admin, okay? Please, buying map. So it means that the second point is you have to lead suppliers' ecosystems to create common value. What does it mean? You have to ask suppliers to work together to find innovation. You're going to select supplier A, B, C, D, E, say, okay, we need that. We don't know how to do it. And don't expect suppliers are doing it by themselves. So you have to define, your value is to put together some suppliers to create some things, okay? And this is your role, to lead stakeholder, lead suppliers grouping. Sorry. And the last point for you is to change your wording. You don't have internal client. I hate these words, internal client. What is a client? You go to a restaurant, you're a client, you pay, and you want to be served, correct? Okay, if you say internal client, your stakeholders are coming, they pay, and say, well, you do it, okay? Don't think about, I want that. So they're not internal clients, they're internal business partners. They're not as suppliers, they're external business partners. Yesterday we speak about cost center to profit center. It's also very important. We have to move from confrontation, negotiation is just confrontation. We have to move from confrontation to relation. If we are successful on that, we are successful for life. Thanks very much, shukran.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Bernard. Now we will move to the next item in the agenda is a presentation from Mr. Suleiman bin Hisha, who is the Product Management Director at Sirar by STC, talking about achieving digital procurement with Sign. So let us welcome Mr. Suleiman.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to be here in this event. I will be talking about achieving digital procurement. Always there will be a need where we break the electronic surface. We are using advanced IT technology to automate, to transform our business of procurement, but due to the legality, due to the financial impact, we will be needing to break the e-surface journey by printing the contract, to sign it manually, to send it or ship it to the each party. It will require efforts, time, and the solution here is the digital signature. The government of Saudi Arabia has released e-transaction Act أو نظام التعاملات الإلكترونية الحكومية 2007 1428 هجري, which states clearly that digital signature or in that document electronic signature is equivalent to handwritten signature. Not any electronic signature. It should be licensed by CITC, هيئة الاتصالات وتقنية المعلومات, and accredited by the National Digital Certificate أو المركز الوطني للتصديق الرقمي. So we cannot use any solution for digital signature. It should comply with these two conditions, which is accreditation by NCDC and licensed by CITC, which is a service or a solution provided by Sirar by STC. The brand name is Sign. It is an Arabic name. It rhymes as sign, the English word. So maintaining the document by using digital signature أو صيانة العقود بتوثيقها بالتوقيع الرقمي. So we believe it is adding a huge value to the e-procurement process by using the digital signature and fully digitalize and achieve the digital transformation of the procurement. No need for the printing the documents, for handwritten signature, scanning it and shipping it or sending it to other party to sign it. less time, less effort, maximize the usage of IT, and more than that, trust. So when I say the government of Saudi Arabia has created or start the e-transaction or the digital signature initiative is to help in the digital transformation. So this is a great chance for the government agencies, for private sector to utilize it and get the benefit out of it. The service provided by Sirar by STC, it's a newly established company by STC Group, specialized in cybersecurity services. It is coming from the direction of the government toward cybersecurity, and STC participating strategically by establishing a new company called Sirar by STC. Our values around dynamism, devotion, and drive. Our vision is to be the trusted platform for data economy, and our mission to develop world-class leading cyber security operations edge capability and purport to educate, enable, and protect the economic and physical critical infrastructure and services of our customers in the Kingdom and MENA region. We are not, though we are 2 years old age company, but we were in our sister company Solutions as a business unit. So we know the market, we know the industry very well, and from that we started the journey with the new company. Our key differentiator, a Saudi company 100%, a strong partner ecosystem, a one-stop marketplace or one-stop shop, and highly qualified team. We are certified first class from MUMRA, Ministry of Rural Affairs. We have 3 business lines. We provide advisory services, managed security services, and solutions. So, sign. Sign, as I stated at the beginning, it is licensed by Communication and Information Technology Commission, هيئة اتصالات نقل المعلومات. It is licensed service. A lot of solutions providing digital signature or electronic signature. We need to be aware it is not licensed, means not legally binding. So we need to consider that when investing in such solution. It is accredited by the National Center for Digital Certificates, and as per the Transaction Act number 80 by Cabinet of Ministers 2007, that electronic signature or digital signature in our case here is equivalent to handwritten signature. What does that mean? Mean it is legally binding, and it is admissible at Saudi court. The trust level is high, so it ensures the authenticity, who signed it, the integrity. Nothing has been changed on the document after being signed, so it cannot be altered, otherwise digital signature will be revoked. So this is the high trust aspect of the digital signature, and non-repudiation, عدم الإنكار. More than that, it is trusted by Web Trust, which is where the global technology vendor trust each other when it comes to digital signature, like Microsoft, Firefox, Adobe, etc. Why sign? The digital signature from Sirar by STC. It is trusted registration. So the legality of the digital signature and the document signed by sign comes from that no one can be signed without being well identified according to the methods approved by government. So a lot of methods. We have IAM or النفاذ الوطني الموحد from أبشر أو المركز الوطني National Information Center, or through other means approved as well from NCDC that we can use. Also the bank KYC for certain use cases. It is hosted in Saudi, legally binding, zero footprint. Using the sign solution wouldn't require a further development or software development from the customer. The primary differentiator, excellence in the user experience and support 24/7. And this is a true alignment with the Vision 23 when it comes to digital transformation. The value proposition, the solution, the sign solution, you can sign from any device, literally from any device, any internet-enabled device, at any time, midnight, weekend, at any time. From anywhere. You don't need to be attending certain offices or accessing certain system to sign. You have the liberty to sign from anywhere. It is paperless, cost-effective workflow, rich workflow in the solution we can provide. It is a world-class solution, provide most secure way to sign. Intuitive, what you see is what you sign. So the solution provides a window where you can see the document. It's like you sign it in the hard copy. You can also bulk sign rather than signing one by one. Provide document creation and design. API integration, when we talk about API, so the limit is the sky when it comes to innovation. So whatever business application you have, which already the procurement module or the system already there, so you can use the digital signature from Signs via integration, and you sign it from your business application. The solution provide or prevent the fraud and limit business risks. Provide flexible packages that suit different use cases and feasible data signatures. We used to see the jarrat al-yad, or the what we call the electronic signature, which is a scan of our signature, attaching it to a document. It's not a digital signature. It is not legally binding. It should be from trusted, from a licensed like Sign. And though we provide electronic signature, you can attach it to the document, because we used to see it as a signature, a sign of signature. The research, and it's obvious that using digital signature and transforming from manual handling of the paper, it will increase the flexibility, the collaboration, not to mention the security and the time. Big time, the increment and the, we all know it is labor intensive. The work of handling the papers and the processes, switching the technology, I can relocate the efforts and the cost toward maximizing these elements. Whenever we sign a document, it is trusted and admissible at Saudi courts, means that there is a certain chain from that document to the signature engine in Sirar by STC, which is chained to the what we call National Road CA, or الجذر الوطني للشهادات الرقمية, provided by NCDC. So it is all the way linked to the NCDC. This is the certificate we have from WebTrust. This is the official circulation from SAMA, the central bank, about using digital signature for banks and financial institutes or financial companies, sorry. And this is the section from e-transaction law mentioning the digital signature and using it, and it's being equivalent to the handwritten signature. And this is the updated, the government now is doing what they call qiyas, or assessment of using digital signature in government agencies. So this service help and fit on the qiyas or the transformation measurement. Statistics, we are successfully, alhamdulillah, we are reaching or exceeding 170,000 signature, and a total of business partners exceeding 55, and total users using Sign exceeding 3,000 users. References, we have, alhamdulillah, successfully having more than even the list of the mentioned here. We have Ministry of Justice, CITC, National Cybersecurity Authority. We have I'timad, from Ministry of Finance, and other customers from private and public sector. We have a success story from the beginning of launching Sign with Tasheel. Tasheel is the financial entity with extra, so the customers, when they buy by installment, they use the signature from Sign. And we have a successful use case with STC Procurement Business Unit, where was the first unit applying digital signature and achieved a number of financial and non-financial benefits. Basically, if we applying the before and after on number of 640 documents, on average 10 pages per document, so we are exceeding half a million paper, and with certain calculation, we see the value when it comes to monetary or other benefits as well. Basically, due to the time constraint, let me jump to the quick demo. So you will be having a dashboard where you see how many pending documents for digital signature, how many completed, how many declined, etc. And you will be offered an option to create a workflow where you will be uploading a document from either a template already defined or a new document, and create the workflow who you want to sign the document. The workflow can be sequential, can be in parallel, with a lot of options. Do you want the signer or to be the one who sign, or to the one who will review? You will put the message, you can upload it from Excel, a lot of features in the solution. Then you will be offering a page where you design the document, where you want the signature box to be, with the name, the date. It's a drag and drop mechanism. Then each signee will receive a message where he click on the link. It will take him to the platform, and he will be logged in via username and OTP, and either he will use his electronic signature, which is already defined here, or he will draw the signature. This is for visual reason, just to see the electronic signature. And then this is the signature. You can download it, you can share it, you can archive it. At the end, it's an asset for the company. We need to maintain it. Here you can reach the sign either on the web page. We have applications on the Apple Store and Android. Thank you. One last thing to mention: for certain reasons, some customers, they don't want the document to leave their environment for certain reason. We offer a package where you only send the hash. Hash is nothing but like a fingerprint for human being. It's the hash for the document. We sign the hash and we return it to you, where you attach it to the document, and it's the same when you sign it on the document. So both options are available. Thanks for allowing me to speaking about the sign, and we have a booth. We will be glad to receive any question, any inquiry. Thank you. Good question. DocuSign, Adobe Sign, and others are not licensed, are not accredited. So when you go to the Saudi court, it will not be accepted. So for me, information by email could be sufficient in that case, from my personal perspective. But that's why the government licensed like Sign, which is chained to the National Road CA, which gives it the trust, and basically we are inheriting the trust from the government. That's why it is admissible at Saudi court, legally binding, and that's what differentiates from other provider. Thanks. Okay. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Suleiman. I would like just to ask you about the AC at the end. Is it okay? Okay? Okay. Very nice. طيب, thank you, Mr. Suleiman. Now we will move to the next item in the agenda. Is a presentation from Mr. Salih Al-Suwaiti, who is the CEO at National Inspection and Technical Testing Company, talking about international standard for supply chain management. Let us welcome Mr. Salih Al-Suwaiti.